All right. So I'm going to tell you that there is a public projection out there that the company has put out. It is, I'll just say it, it's $6. That's really high. You can go ahead and laugh. I did have to say to the meteorologist, did you really have to say that in public? All right. So I'm not here to tell you that I think that's what's going to happen. I think we'd all be thrilled if there was a 4 on that number, right?
So beans or corn?
That's corn. Good question. Is it beans or corn? That's corn. No, look, it's, yeah, we put it out there in public, so I got to admit it. But like I said, I mean, we think it's going up. And if it had a 4 on it, I think everybody would be thrilled, right? So let's hope for that. But there's definitely conditions that we think, and it's not just here in the United States. I mean, we've been tracking what's going on in the southern hemisphere. They've had some really, really extreme activity down there in weather in Brazil. Maybe you've heard that. It was extremely dry, like the driest in 25 years for like about a month. And then it just opened up the spigot. It was like massive amounts of rain. So they've been on one end to the other. So that's going to affect the pricing too, as soon as that kind of hits the market, which it really hasn't, because nobody sits around and looks at this like we do.
Predict that there, what
Yep, we did. Yep.
Could you go back to the temperature one again?
Sure. So keep in mind, I hope I mentioned this, but we're talking about a late freeze and early frost. I've had some guys have come up to me after meetings and they said, we know that's going to happen, and it hasn't happened in years, but it always does happen. So again, from a probability and a statistical point of view, each year it gets more likely. Well, we think this is the year where you're going to get there. We also think it's because of the conditions that are prevailing. And the formula is basically to kick this out. By the way, just to make sure everybody understands, General Norman Schwarzkopf told Bill Kirk, you give me a forecast, you cannot change it. We don't change the forecast. Once it's set, it's done. And you think about it, there's 125, 150 years of data that goes in that forecast. So there's no amount of short-term data that's going to change the magnitude of that forecast, of that, that formula, right? Makes sense. So once now, 14 days out, we do combine the short-term physics-based modeling with our long-term. So that's always changing on a rolling basis, 14 days out. But up until everything after 14 days, 11 months, this never changes. Other thoughts, questions? I'll be around. So if you got any individual thoughts, questions, or otherwise, again, if you're an LGC client, Seaboard in the back, he's got a special discount for you.
So to wrap up your chart up there, you're saying during the pollination window, you're looking at higher temperatures?
Yes. Yep.
Overall, GDU's up a little bit, but a lot of that's in the July time frame?
Yes. Well, I mean, all the way, we look at the whole season out here, I mean, all the way through July and August, it's still pretty warm. So, I mean, the question I would ask is not, is it going to be warm enough, but is it going to be too warm? I mean, we're going to get stressed and it's going to be, shut off.
Any last questions, Frank? I heard a comment the other day, if you didn't notice, he's not a non-profit organization. But anyways.
We are for profit.
Yeah. But we heard him speak earlier, but that was kind of interesting, so that's the reason he's here today. With that, Steve Barnhart's going to be next, but we're going to take 5-10 minutes, so if you guys want to walk around, do what you need to do. We'll get started back up, and we've got about an hour and 15 minutes left, and we'll eat.
Sounds Good word today.
Maybe on my way out.
That's, I'm sure that's what he's thinking.
Yeah, we gotta look over.
Wish it was more than blue and blue.
Easter's coming. That's what I keep hearing. Everything, I have
Panther fan, huh?
Yeah,
Did you go over there?
I did.
You did? My wife went there too.
Is that right?
We, I went to Iowa State, she went to UMass, so we rooted for both. She works in Austin.
Yeah, I graduated.
Yep. That's what they're 32 years now. That's what Dad works in. Hopefully you're waiting a while.
That's what my young son tells me. I'm helping him. Oh.
My husband told me last night he wants to rock our father restart rent. Like, really? Seriously? This is the other side. What? My father wants to restart rent. Struggle.